All right, y'all. See, I know I had to hit y'all with part two. So, in all, I sat in that same spot that I showed y'all in part one. I sat there for just a little under 8 hours. Let me tell y'all, that's not ideal, especially in a day cab. Now, had I had a sleeper, I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't have minded as much. But so the reason why it took so long is because that particular truck, as I said in part one, had super single tires. So, excuse me, when it came to vendors trying to get a tire, a lot of them didn't carry that particular tire. So they had tried 6 or 7 different vendors. None of them have it. So ultimately, they end up putting duals on that particular axle. Now, when the guy came out, he had told me straight, like, this is the worst blowout I've ever seen. It was pretty bad. I don't know if you guys could really see that tire, but the tread and the wire, it was all wrapped up in the axle and the rim, so it was pretty bad. So needless to say, he had a hard time getting it off. So he ended up leaving the scene. He had to go back to the shop to get like some special tool to get it off. Now keep in mind, the shop and where I was 40 miles. So you do the math, 80 miles round trip. So I had to wait, an additional almost hour and a half or so for him to come back. Now, I had, of course, ran out of my 14-hour, and I had learned something new. I didn't know anything about all these years. I never knew anything about a 16-hour exemption. Never knew that existed. So the company, they put me on that, and even with that, I still damn near went over that. So by the time they got me fixed, Central and my manager, they had been in contact with me throughout the day. So it was clear that I wouldn't be going to Orlando to drop that load off today, obviously. So as far as where I'm at now, yeah, I'm in a hotel. So when they got me fixed, they just told me to go to a hotel. Well, let's rewind real quick. The original plan was, once they got me rolling, since I couldn't drive, they were going to try to have somebody from a nearby terminal, because I wasn't that far from another service center. They were going to have somebody from that center come and get me and then put me in a hotel, since I wouldn't be able to drive. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get a hold of anybody. Now, I just so happened to be within, I was like 5 miles from next, and I had about, I think, like 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes left on my 16-hour. So they told me just find a hotel and go there. Now, thank God, I was pulling a 53 knot pups, because had I had doubles, I'd have been looking crazy trying to find parking, because I had a hard time trying to get this truck and trailer in this hotel, so let alone pulling a set of pups. But since Trucker D got that backing, you know what I'm saying, I got it in there. But yeah, nonetheless, in a hotel. So as far as what happened now, I'm gonna continue my 10 hours off, and then Central already told me, when I'm done, I can roll. So the plan is, I'm gonna take that load down to excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna take that load down to Orlando, and then once I get to Orlando, they should have some freight for me to take back to Tampa, and then we'll go from there. So that's the update, y'all.